What is good, y'all? That motherfucker, Cali Green Too Fresh, aka Seth Moon, in the house with the one and only motherfucking Down South Menace. We got Gloom. What's good?
Big old whoop whoop. How you doing, man?
Hey, chilling, man. Like, been ready for this. Fucking hype for the last few days. You fucking killing it, man. Happy to have you here.
Man, it's I'm honestly glad to be doing this shit. It's been a wild ride so far.
Yeah, man. So for everyone out there tuning in, why don't you just give us a quick little introduction, everyone know who you are, where you come from, give them what's up.
It's the Memphis Reaper Gloom. Been honestly been just been that wicked shit, man. Like just trying my best to perfect my craft, just spin that dark ass shit. Especially for fans of that 90s Memphis sound. For fans of like Gangsta Pat, Old School 3-6, Tommy Wright, like everybody just trying to incorporate all that into just to me. So if you're just into that shit, just check me out.
Hell yeah. Actually, the way I personally found you, which was like a few weeks back, I was listening to like some old school Memphis shit. I was listening to like some Al Capone and you were recommended. I was like, "Oh, what's this? This album cover looks sick." So I clicked on it and I was like, "Wait, hold up."
Man, so what's weird about that is Facebook ended up blocking my music from the US and 48 other countries. So I was just like, I'm not dropping anything on Facebook anymore. So I dropped on YouTube, and YouTube just started recommending my stuff to people, and it's never done that before. So, like, this year was like my first time actually experiencing that. So that was just weird that it even like reached you, because I shit you not, I never expected that to happen with any of my releases just for being like so underground.
Right. And you are pretty underground. That's for sure. Like,
Yeah.
I know you've been doing this for a minute though, right?
Yeah, I've been doing this for 12 years now, but Memphis is kind of weird. Like, especially being the home of like just trap music now, it's hard to it's hard to be noticed out here unless you're already just talking about that type of shit.
Right. So the scene in Memphis, I know it's changed a lot over the years, but why don't you describe the scene a little bit, like whenever you were younger, like, just being a kid in Memphis?
Well, I started only going to metal shows. Like I've been into metal since like middle school. So I grew up around the metal scene as opposed to the rap scene. So being around the metal scene, it was super huge, but it was like super clicky. Like deathcore kids only went to deathcore shows, hardcore kids only went to hardcore shows. They never like mingled with each other up until like honestly like a few years ago. But overall, like playing in like death metal and deathcore bands, like just even playing with my favorite bands, that's what I grew up doing. Like it was never really rap till like 12 years ago, and even trying to get into the rap scene was super weird because at the time when I started it was like 2014, so I didn't know shit about the rap scene, and that looking back now, it was kind of like a learning experience because I was just trying to like be a local new ass rapper trying to get on like these big ass shows, and I didn't even have any music out. I just knew how to rap over instrumentals I had already heard. So like even just trying to do that shit again, like looking back, was just like super unprofessional because I had no knowledge about the rap scene in Memphis at all. Like it just wasn't my fucking thing up until I decided to like just quit the band I was in and like really just started listening to rap.
So how did that how did you like go from being a metalhead into like hip hop?
I moved back to Memphis from Nashville in like 2013, and within like 20 fucking days, I just told all my friends, "Hey, I'm going to Wichita, Kansas." and everyone was just like, "What the fuck is out there?" And it was like, I have no idea. I'm just going. So I stayed out in Wichita for like 6 months, and that's when I started listening to like old Young Dolph tapes, old Gucci Mane tapes, like really just starting to listen to like a bunch of old ass trap shit. And that was when it was like I kind of want to do that. And that's when I originally like just started like trying to like DJ stuff and shit like that. But it was like just during that time, that's when I really knew I wanted to rap, but I didn't know how to rap. So I had to fucking like teach myself because I ended up violating my probation, and they're like, "Bro, you're gonna have to like walk this shit down." So I had to go do 11 months. So I spent 11 months like studying a dictionary, and like every time a certain song would come on the radio, it would be like a mainstream artist rapping over it, but I could like zone that out and just only listen to the instrumental. And I would just write down like all these crazy ass bars. And the people that were locked up with me, they were always wondering what the fuck I'm writing about. And it was like, oh man, just wait till the song comes on the radio, and then I'll just rap over it. So when I started doing that, that's when I'm like, bro, like what the fuck? Because it was like I already had like cool ass lyrics, and I was also like teaching myself how to tongue twist in the process. So whenever I got out that in 2014, that's when I was just like, I'm rapping now. And that's when I like truly got started. Because when I first got started, like all I could do was just rap super fast. But I kept talking about like too much personal family shit. And at the same time, I was just like, the older I got, I was like, bro, nobody wants to hear about what the fuck is going on at home. Just rap about some cool shit. And the more that I realized that, the more I was like, damn, nobody really does want to hear that shit. Like, because it's putting negative shit onto something that could just be cool and positive. So it was just like a learning experience, like starting off. And then even during that time, I was like always just damn near blackout drunk. So most of the fucking shows that I played, I had like no backing track or anything. I was just up on stage, wasted as shit. Like I would always close my eyes when I rapped at first, and that was just because I was drunk trying to focus on what the fuck I actually wrote down. So like I had to like really take a step back, and I'm just like, you suck as a live artist. And it was just like, that's why nobody wants to fucking book you. Like what? You're just gonna get on stage and just be drunk the whole fucking time. So I took a long ass hiatus, and I would still like write shit here and there, but I ended up just stopping after a while, and I didn't really get back into writing again until like 2018, I think, or 19. And that was honestly like the birth of gloom at that time. So it was all just like kind of just building myself just slowly, like just trying to work and live life and still try to figure out like what the fuck I actually wanted to sound like.
Right. So when you started like dabbling in hip hop, were when I guess my question is, when did you discover like ICP and the whole Juggalo scene? Because you weren't originally into like hip hop or rap, you were into the more like death metal, like metal scene.
I'd always been into like the juggler shit since like 10th grade, which was super crazy because in my history class there was this chick that like sat like way back there, but she was talking about juffs and like a whole fuckload of stuff because she was mad as fuck that people were trying to like rep that shit, but like really wasn't into it. And it was like from then on, like just from like smoking too much and like drinking, like Facebook would always like send me like those memories of shit that I said back then. And I was like, oh fuck, like I totally forgot that I was like deep into this shit and just disappeared from it just to do metal. But I first caught wind of it in like 2011, or damn near right around the time the Bang Pow album came out.
Okay.
But
That was like
I would
2009-ish.
yeah.
Okay.
But I would only listen to it like in my own free time just because you know how fucking people are. when it comes to even listening to any Juggalo artist because they just view it as silly. So like for me, it was like, well, I'm gonna enjoy this shit on my own time, and I don't really give a fuck about what anybody else's opinion is, because even then, always just like listening to it, I had never heard of the Gathering or anything. I just only knew about the music. I didn't know shit about going to festivals or anything. So it was like I didn't know, oh, everyone just goes here and fucking hangs out for a few days and then they all go back to their normal lives. I had no fucking idea about it. And I didn't so like fast forwarding to a few years ago, I was in Nashville at my friend's apartment. Because I think, yeah, I was going to Pensacola, Florida, and I was just sitting at his table and was like, dude, I really want to play a cool ass show. So I hit up my homie Mark, who runs a venue here, and I went through the website and I was like, oh shit, Ouija Mac. I've heard of Ouija Mac. And I hit him up and was like, yo, do you need any openers for Ouija Mac? And I shit you not, he messaged me back and was like, I was actually about to hit you up to play that. And
Oh,
it was kind of a shock because that's when like my sound got like dark as shit because I was going through some shit and like I dropped my song Bone Carver and like just the lyrics alone were like at the time it was like the darkest shit I had ever written. So when I dropped that, that's when everyone was like, "Oh man, this is dope as fuck." And it was the Kick the Wicked tour, and that was the very first time I ever had a crowd jump around for my music. And it was from that moment forward, I was just like, this is truly where I need to be. Like how everyone is just like welcome home basically. Like that was that moment, especially as an artist. It was like, oh shit, I've already like been into the music. I just didn't know that a scene of it actually existed because it's literally just so underground and just like kept together.
right. I bet that was like mind blowing whenever you like started peeling back the layers and like really discovering all the aspects that come with the whole Juggalo shit.
Yeah, because like I played and like people could like that's what really like solidified everything for me because people like walked up to me like off stage and like, dude, how come I've never heard of you before? And that has never happened to me at a show. And I was like, damn, I can't believe they fucked with my shit like that. And like I had to go outside and like recollect myself. It was like damn, like nobody has ever shown me love after I like that after I played a show. And I ended up I came back inside. And when I came back inside, I kind of just said, fuck it. After Darby played, and I walked my ass into the room that him and Ouija were in because I wasn't supposed to fucking be in there. And like I walked in and introduced myself to Darby, and I was like, "Yo, dude, loved your set, man. The energy was super crazy. Like, I'd love to work with you one day." And as I'm like walking back, all I hear is like, "Yo, dude," and I turn around and it's fucking Ouija Mac. I didn't see him because he was like just off in the cut, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "Oh man, I fucking love your music, dude. Like, thanks for letting me play and all this other shit." Because I didn't know that like my music got submitted to be approved or anything. I just thought Ouija was just like, "Oh yeah, he can play. I don't give a fuck." But I like introduced myself and was like, "Yo, fucking love your music. Would love to work with you one day." And like it was after that night, that's truly when I was just like, I really want to fucking do this shit in this scene because Darby's set was sick as fuck. Ouija's set was sick as fuck. And I was like, I need to work harder. If I want to like keep playing for crowds like this, like I literally need to work harder. And it was just from that day forward, that's all I've done. Is just constantly just keep the ball rolling.
Hell yeah. I gotta say real quick, a Gloom Darby collab, fucking goaded.
Oh, dude. Honestly, I would love to work with Darby. Yeah, because that was another thing that really resonated with me. I forget the name of the song, but I noticed the chorus was like, "What up? What up? What up? What up?" And like, dude, his energy was so fucking crazy, and I was just like blown away because I was like, dude, like everyone's jumping around, everyone's fucking enjoying themselves, And I was like, I just want to do that. And at the time, it was like I didn't have that type of material to like actually do that because I was been playing stuff from like 2014 up until like I dropped Bone Carver, and like my older stuff compared to like what I have now, it's like night and day basically. Like it's almost just growth. That's what, like even now, like I damn near refuse to play like any older stuff because it's like I just want to always have a set where everyone's gonna like jam. Like I'd rather have that feeling nowadays with my music now.
Oh yeah, I feel that. I gotta say though, I went and I checked out that Young Gloom tape. That shit was
Yeah,
fire, man. The song Mental, I was fucking with that.
yeah, man. So that instrumental is from a Chirac remix. I would that was still just me just kind of talking shit, but it's like I had delivery and stuff, but when it comes to like concepts and shit like that, I had like no concept. That one's I think I wrote that in like 2015, but that whole EP is stuff from like that I wrote while I was locked up. It's like there's one on there, Hollow Skies. I wrote that while I was locked up because that was about my dad's suicide. Mental is super old. Uh, when I really started getting into like the horrorcore or like really starting to develop my sound is the song Decrepit because that's when I was like, oh shit, I don't have to rap fast all the time, but I can incorporate it into my music. So like I dropped that and then I dropped Nova No Beast after that. And then I took a break for a while just from like working all the time. And I finally wrote the song Nightmare and Death Keeps Calling. And when I wrote those, I was like, I think I know what the fuck I'm doing now. But it's like at the same time, it's like, all right, you know what you're doing. How the fuck do you capitalize off of that?
So how did you how did you like because you say you grew up like around Memphis, but you were more in the metal scene. Um, so I'm gonna assume that you didn't really listen to a lot of those OG like Memphis tapes, like Al Capone, Gangsta Pat, and all that. When did you start discovering like the OG like Memphis scene?
Whenever whenever my homie Jeep Main, he's a local rapper from here, I had, did the song Getty Gloom to the North Memphis beat by Project Pat. And my homie Jeep, he was just like, you need to rap on some funk shit instead of like the stuff you've been rapping on. So I was like, all right, then I'll check that shit out. And then that's when I really just took a deep dive and just went all over YouTube, like from damn near Al Capone to Tom Ski Mask to old 3-6 tapes to Gangsta Pat to DJ Zerk. Like I really took a step back, and when it came to like those instrumentals, I was like, I totally get what the fuck he's saying now. Because anytime I hear like some old Memphis funk and it has like that darkness to it, as well as just being a fire ass instrumental in general, I can't get the shit out of my head. So it like even when it comes to like the 90s stuff to like even like the trap era started, like I can always resonate with those types of beats because they just speak to me in a certain way. And it just it became easier to write on stuff like that because I can't focus on anything else until like I complete a song. Like people they send me beats and shit all the time, and like granted they're cool ass beats, but it's like I have to hear myself on it. And if I can't hear myself on it, then I can't do anything with it. So like just from years ago, like a few years ago up until now, it's nothing but Memphis, just like from lyrics to instrumentals. I always have to like type in like 90s Memphis funk type beats and stuff like that because I can't vibe with anything that's going on now. So I still have to like go back and like listen to old tapes. Like I have like one playlist that's like 300 something songs of like old ass shit from the 90s. that I can always just like go back to and just listen and like even like start rapping over the instrumentals with those. And like, damn, I'm like, I wish I could be on this song because it's dope as shit. It's just something with like just the old school era of 90s Memphis. I wish I was like the age I am now back then. That way I can
Right.
even rap with all these people because it was like I know I'd be able to like I wouldn't say like be up there with them, but I'd be able to have fun with them. Especially like how everyone back then, because like you had the West Coast, you had the East Coast, then you had Memphis, who was just nothing but darkness. So be, like just being the artist that I am now, I want just all my music to just be like nothing but darkness, just how it was when the Memphis shit like really got on the map.
What do you think it is about Memphis, like specifically, that had like people in the early '90s gravitating to that darkness?
Honestly, I think it was something new, and it also provided that shock value because again, like you still had like just New York rappers and you had West Coast rappers. Yeah, West Coast rappers having all these happy songs, and you had New York rappers just it's like, oh man, selling like just selling shit on the block and all this other shit. And then you just had the South with the Memphis shit, and everyone's kind of like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? And at the time, that made the Memphis sound more unique. And to me, that's like important when it comes to music. 'Cause if you have everyone doing the exact same thing as someone else, you really have to step outside of that and take a chance on yourself as opposed to just doing what everyone else is doing. Because then at that point, you're really not unique anymore. So to bring that into the mix of what you normally heard, it helps you stand out, and it makes people gravitate towards that, especially like just in your own city, where at that time it's word of mouth. So you have a tape, and I just so happen to be with you and hear this tape. So now I find out about it. Now I can go tell someone else about it, and now it just like it kind of just grows like a cool ass virus in a way.
Right. Yeah, I know. I've watched so many fucking like YouTube documentaries like on Memphis. Like Al Capone has this he has this podcast that he does every week that I've been watching, and he just talks Memphis, and always talking about those early days and how everyone, even though everyone kind of fucked with each other, they at the same time didn't. And he kind of thinks that plays a role in Memphis not really taking ownership of the sound and like seizing the opportunity. Do you think that there's some truth to that?
Honestly, yeah, because granted, I think a lot of them during that time, especially in like I was born in 92, so of course I didn't hear about that shit at all. But at the same time, there's no telling how like dangerous Memphis was in a sense to where like I either need to like try to make it with this rapping shit or the lifestyle that I'm living is going to catch up with me. So I think that's why like a lot of people ended up like, especially the OGs in Memphis. I think during like the earlier years, like I got to figure something out to like make something work. So even just taking that avenue, it's a positive avenue to even take, especially if you end up developing the correct sound to just like get the fuck out of your environment. So I'm sure that played like a key role with like a lot of people back then, because I'm like even Tom Ski Mask. I played a show with him, but he grew up like during that time, especially even like him still rapping while 3 6 is like blowing up, or him still rapping while Tommy Wright is blowing up, or him and like just still not getting to that specific spot that he needed to be, but he still kept it fucking pushing because that's really all a lot of them had to do during that time is just like just still be consistent and still just try to make a name for yourself at the end of the day, because I'm sure back then that was just like really important to do. It's just like how do I still keep people gravitating to that Memphis sound? Because now that Memphis sound is like fucking worldwide, and
Yeah.
it really took the OGs to like really just like put their boots on the ground to like make it a movement. And the fact that it even became a movement is even crazier because any city can just get overlooked when it comes to rap, especially like if it's something that people can get tired of. Like a lot of people don't want to listen to drill all the time. A lot of people don't want to listen to like people be super lyrical all the time. Like people just like variety. So if you have like a good thing to add to a certain variety, then that says more about like you and your community as a whole, that y'all can come together and just like create something big together and just keep it pushing for who knows how long. And to me, I always think shit like that is like just super cool.
Yeah. One of the things that I personally think is cool about Memphis is like you're saying, it is worldwide now. Like funk is huge. And a lot of those funk guys, they're overseas, like you got like Cordell, who man, all his shit is fire. His tape with DJ Paul, like that's one of my favorite tapes of all time. But yeah, man, it's crazy how that Memphis sound just grew and everybody's sampling Memphis now. Like you can't listen to a Suicide Boys album without hearing some Memphis, like
Yep.
that's all they sample for the most part. And a lot of people kind of jumped on that bandwagon. So do you think that that's preserving the culture, or do you think that's exploiting it?
It really depends. And I'll only say that based like it really depends on who you are. Because if you just want to use Memphis to just get yourself big, that's like kind of lame. But if you fuck with Memphis and the Memphis sound enough to where you can incorporate it into your music, then by all means. Because like here's one example. I was at I was at work and surprisingly I got a message from these dudes called Gloom Bros who messaged me and they're like, we're gonna get all your music taken down because you're trying to be us and trying to copy their sound. And mind you, these are just like two normalized dudes who live way away from Memphis. And they were trying to tell me, a Memphis native, that I was stealing their sound, but at the same time, they just want to sound like Suicide Boy knockoffs. So to me, I, I took offense to it because I was like, bro, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you can't come tell me that I'm trying to be you when I'm just being me in the city that built the shit. So, like, to me, it was just like, I don't know why you're wasting your time, like, trying to come at me. Like, I haven't checked your music out or anything like that. Like, you could have came to me professional and we could have just talked it out instead of immediately, like, putting me on blast for absolutely nothing. And, like, the exploiting of it all with them was like them trying to perpetrate the Memphis sound and like paying for listens and stuff. And what it was just childish. It was like you're not in it for the authenticity of the Memphis sound. Like I'd much rather people just be authentic about it. Like there's nothing but fucking love here. Like granted it gets a bad name, but there's nothing but love here. Like if you really want to fuck with the Memphis sound, by all means, but don't do it and try to make Memphis look bad in the process.
Right. Right. And I think you're onto something there. There's like a fine line between paying homage and just doing some corny shit to like get clout.
Yeah, like I know people fuck with Suicide Boys with that type of stuff, but I mean it's still the South. Memphis is still the South. New Orleans is still the South. So of course, like Memphis sound would gravitate down there to just a couple random dudes who really just fucked with the sound. And look where it got them now. Like they still show love to that Memphis funk shit just through their music alone. And there's plenty of just like you said, there's plenty of people that sample it. It'll be like Suicide Boys X Memphis funk type beat. So it's like those two damn near just go hand in hand all the time. Just because like you can still enjoy the music if you're a fan of Suicide Boys, and you can still enjoy the sound of the music if you're a fan of Memphis. So like that with them, those both like just go hand in hand, and like, I can't do shit but respect that.
Hell yeah. Um, so my next question, and this is going to be pertaining to like Suicide Boys and like DJ Paul. Like, they've had their disputes back and forth. Um, do you think that Paul is in the right to sue them multiple times for rights to music whenever Paul sampled all his shit? And there's a lot of controversy with how 3-6 came up and stealing their sound. So do you think that that's a little weird of him to try to come after them for that, or do you think it makes sense?
Man, it might be like a mix of both because we don't know the legality issues behind it. We don't know if like samples got cleared or if they even like reached out or anything like that. So, especially like I can kind of understand it if you put like certain samples and stuff and you just made like all this money off of it and you didn't like get it clear to like break a piece off to whoever the sample is on. But with that whole situation, it's it's just really fucking tricky, honestly, because I can't really say like I just want to even pick a side on it because I don't know the relationship between those people. But
Right.
it's like at the same time, like if if y'all got the shit approved, cool. If you didn't, then you really just have to answer for that because
Right.
it's not like you can just make money off of stolen material.
Right. Cause I'm sure like because like in the early days, like DJ Paul and Juicy, they weren't getting their samples cleared for those mixtapes and shit like that. And they were making money off of it, but I'm sure that probably caught up to them eventually. And if that would catch up to them, I could see how their mentality would be like, hold up, like we had to pay for all our shit that we did back in the day. These people are clocking millions. We need to get that check.
Yeah, like I had to find uh a particular Project Pat beat, but I ended up getting it from a different producer named Infamous Nito. He did a Project Pat beat, but completely switched it around to where he couldn't get in trouble. So it damn near just sounds like a Project Pat type beat without it actually being a stolen Project Pat beat. So I think there was like one video where this dude was explaining he's like you can take a sample, but you can only like take like that much without people coming for you. Because if you take more than that little bit, then that's when like, all right, well, like now we got to go to court because one, you didn't ask for permission. Two, you don't own this. Three, like we already get royalties off of this. So why are you trying to profit off of like all the hard work that we already did to even get to this point?
Right. Yeah. And, I think you're onto something there because a lot of those like older Suicide Boys tapes, all they really did was they slowed down a lot of those old instrumentals and then, threw a couple things over it. But I know there's a couple songs I'm like, man, this is just straight up a Tommy Wright song, like slowed down with like a couple like doom, 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 doom thrown in it, you know?
Yeah, even producers that I work with now, like they'll send me some fire Memphis funk stuff, and as soon as I hear it, I'm like, I know for a fact this isn't cleared by anybody. But like just
Right.
like even then they'll either slow it down or speed it up or like add like a little bit here, then add a little bit like at the end. But like it's very tricky waters because it's like, what if one artist gets big enough and then the original artist that that sample is on, they catch wind of that, and now you as an up and coming artist, now you got to deal with that because you just spent like $30 on a wave file that you don't even know got cleared or not. So now both you and that producer and shit because you don't know what he did to even get that sample to begin with. Because like I'm sure even like a lot of producers now, they probably still just sample off records or off tapes, or just take the song, rip it off YouTube, and then or just try to isolate everything, but just to make it like their own thing. But it's just I think just as artists, that's just really tricky waters to be in. It's like all artists just all they want to do is make it by any means. So most artists aren't even thinking about shit like that. In my opinion, because it's like, oh yeah, let me just put out this dope ass song, and next thing you know, that song goes viral. So now millions of people have heard this song, and now you may think that you just got success from it, and now you just have some random ass lawsuit off something that like you didn't like intentionally try to do.
Right. And then you get you have one viral song, but you're getting hit with lawsuits, and now you got to pay for that. But you might not actually
Yeah,
have the money because it's not going to reflect the same.
yep.
Yeah.
Like that, like I said, that like that it's really just tricky waters. Like just being an artist, you just really have to be careful now, especially nowadays, because anything can just like get you taken away, or like get all your music taken down. Like your music can't be streamed anywhere or anything like that. And it's like, what was that hard work for if you have nothing to show for it at the end of the day?
Right. Right. So, switching it up a little bit, you were talking earlier about like the gathering and shit like that. Have you had a chance to make it out to the gathering yet?
Oh my god. So after hold on. So after that Ouija show, that was in November. I took it upon myself in December to submit my music, and I checked my email almost every fucking day. And I wouldn't say that I gave up, but it ended up being from December till May. And I came home from work and I sat down and opened my fucking email, and I got an email, and it was from the gathering. It was like, hey, we're just seeing if you're still interested in playing. And I shit you not, like I had like no words. I just like fucking kind of froze because I didn't expect them to hit me back up. So last year was the like very first one that I ever got to attend, and what made it special was it being the 25th anniversary. So that alone, I was just like, what the fuck? I think I might be doing something right with this shit now, because it made me feel like the hard work actually paid off. Because again, like after that Kick the Wicked show, I was like, bro, I gotta lock the fuck in, and like I just want to play big ass events. Like I gotta fucking do it. So I really just took a chance on myself, and it was like, let me just submit Bone Carver and see what the fuck they think. And it was just a grueling 5 months because I didn't even know if they would even get back to me. And even when I went there, I just not even had a blast. I didn't want to go back home. Like it felt like I would just never leave Legend Valley. And that was a cool ass feeling because like everyone was just hanging out. Like it was just a big ass party. Granted, it was hot as fuck, but it was still just a huge blast. Because even when I got there, my homie from here, Demon Lord Vio, he let me camp with him. I met like a bunch of brand new people, and just been tight with everyone ever since then. Because again, I had no idea that there was even a scene in Memphis because nobody books any Juggalo stuff out here. Like that didn't even happen until like I like got back from the gathering. Was like, don't worry, like I'm gonna try to like lock some shit in out here, like just because it kind of just needs it. Because other than that Ouija Max show, that one happened in like 2003, I think. then it was nothing after that because we didn't even get ICP here till like we didn't get ICP here again until last year because like I don't think any venue would just have them there because even when they played here they had to play fucking outside because again like I don't think any venue here anymore just wants their shit rocked with Fago all the time.
Right. And I find that interesting because that wicked shit sound in Memphis, they just go hand in hand. And I know like ICP, they have their ties with like 3-6, and so it's interesting to me that nobody's really booking the clowns or juggalo acts for that matter in Memphis.
Dude, we honestly it's like I have to just either me or I have to like collab with somebody else to do it just to even get anybody out here. Because luckily we have Clockwork coming out next month because their show was originally going to be in Little Rock, and I was like, God damn it, I don't want to go out to Little Rock. But it was like at the same time, I was still like, well, we still need to bring some shit here. So luckily, Kyle, like he got back in touch with me, and like now we got another Juggalo event coming here. So it's like I'm trying to at least bring it back a little bit in a sense. That way, like I can bring the scene out in like any way possible because I already know depending on the artist, like people will come in from like neighboring states just to check that shit out as opposed to driving like 10 plus hours away to it, like having to like take off work for like 2 or 3 days. You can easily just come to Memphis, have a fucking blast, and we all just go back home. I think it's more so just the venues here being worried about all their stuff getting fucked up, and that's just from stuff that happened in previous years. Because like I know ICP they played at this venue that's not open now in downtown Memphis, but at the time I don't think they were using the diet Fago. It was just regular Fago, and there was just a pool of Fago like just right in front of the stage, and it took them like fucking weeks to clean all that shit up. So like there was a lot of venues out here that were like, bro, fuck no. It was like we're not doing any juggalo events or anything like that. And while it was like, all right, well, can respect it, but at the same time, like you still got to give the people what the fuck they want, especially if it's a city that's like the city that's built off blues and fucking Memphis funk. Like it's a music city, so you got to, regardless of who it is, give the community and all the separate scenes, just give them something that they can like come and vibe to. I mean, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's like, do you want a big ass show or not? Really?
Right. So the juggalo scene has gone through a lot of different iterations over the years, but I feel like right now we're in a really good place. We got people like you, we got Clockwork E, Sun's doing really good, AXE. But from your personal stance, like, how do you feel about the current Juggalo scene?
It's slowly it's slowly coming back, especially out here. Like I've just now started like networking with like a bunch of other people, especially Frankie from Gloom Unit. So I'm trying to like get in touch with like the correct people. But out here, I think more so everyone's just like, man, just bring somebody here. That way, like they can all just come out. Cause like I played a show at the High Tone here a few weeks ago, and it was literally just a juggalo event, just nothing but local artists. It was like me, Tony Bone, K Fix, and we all like it was crazy as fuck because we all just vibed out. And it was just it was nice. The energy was super crazy. So even coming home, I was just like, damn, how come we don't have more like that? Because most of the shows that I play here, like everyone's kind of just like just literally just standing there like this, just staring at you for a damn near 30-minute set. as opposed to just like jumping around. Like people are like just drunk, having a fucking blast. It's like, why? What's stopping? What's stopping that from building more here? Especially like everyone has a lot of common sense to like not fuck a venue up anymore. It's like,
Right.
how do we just keep recreating like experiences and just vibes like that? But again, it's a slow process. Like the more that I can get in touch with people and like work with people, I'm sure I can like bring more here. But it's also like doing a lot of shit like without a team. That's just the hard part because it's all gonna damn near be out of pocket.
For sure, man. And so are you actually throwing events yourself?
Yeah, like I book I yeah I book myself, and whenever I'm not trying to play some shit out of town, I just try to like get somebody to come here. So the one that I just helped booked at the High Tone, that was kind of just like a starting point, and now leveled up to the Clockwork E show. So now I got to figure out what I'm gonna do after that because I got to.
Oh yeah.
It really all depends on like who I can get here and who will like converge themselves into Memphis.
So are you trying to book a Gloom unit out there right now?
I just got in touch with Frankie. I think like it was either last week or the week before. But if I can work with them to get them out here, then I'm sure that'll be easy because I think I'm probably going to play out with them and well with Frankie in Vegas maybe like towards the end of the year.
Oh
So
shit.
just even like working with him, like if I can get get Gloom Unit out here, that would be sick. Also, I think me and him might be doing a collab in the very near future. But it's more so I really have to get in touch with like the correct people, especially like I'm literally just a normal local ass underground artist. Like my I don't know what the fuck happened between uh my release and Juggle, Ohio, but I'm just getting in touch with like so many different people, and I just have to build like a certain game plan because there's plenty of artists that I can bring here, but at the same time I have to figure out like who all to put like on a bill to like bring that type of crowd to at least like pack a room out because that in itself is hard because you still have to worry about like who's going to be playing, what day they're going to be playing, because people have to work. There's people that work kitchen jobs and shit like that that just get off late. So it's all like trying to keep in mind of like people's personal lives and if they can even come out. So like just moving forward, even with Juggle Ohio, like I'm gonna probably meet a fuckload of artists out there. So now I can like how much do you need to come play out here? And then I have to figure out who's going to be opening acts and stuff like that. So it's low key a work in process, but that's a process that I just have to trust at the moment.
I feel that, man. I'm in the same boat as you right now. Like I recently met my connect for throwing shows. So I'm like working on my first few events right now. We're there's talks of like booking Hex. Um, but yeah, man, like Frankie Goldie, good people right there. That I've never actually met Frankie, but at the same time, I have met Frankie. If that makes sense, like
Yeah.
I went to the Darby O'Trill show out here in Vegas, and Frankie was the one throwing it, and I saw him out in the front right before I walked in. But like, and he was around walking around the whole time, but he seemed pretty busy, So I just kind of let him do his thing. But yeah, man, good people. I know they got that Gloom to the Tomb coming up here. I think in a few weeks, like maybe like 3 weeks. That's literally right up the street from me. Um,
Oh, that's
I
sick.
might go. I might go just to like kick it with everybody, but I kind of have like I kind of have issues with the venue. They last time I went there, they overcharged my card for like they like took out extra tip money, like the bartender.
Oh, oh, of course.
And
That sounds like some
it,
bartender shit.
yeah, man, and it doesn't help that the chick was talking shit about every act like the whole time. Like like Frankie announces like we got Donnie Menace coming to the stage, like he doing big things right now. Yeah, a lot, whoop de whoop, and then the bartender chick, she's like, yeah, this is the biggest you're gonna do,
Oh
and I
shit, that's
just
lame.
and like I'm just sitting there like like my girl, she wants to sit at the bar, like I'm a chill with her and shit, but the whole time I just have to listen to this fucking bitch behind the bar just talk shit about every fucking act that I want to see. So
Yeah,
because of that, I won't be going. I probably won't be going to Gloom to the Tomb because it's at the same venue. But I'm not telling y'all motherfuckers not to go. Just if you do go, pay attention to that bar tab because man, like 3 4
don't
days
steal
later,
some.
yeah,
Man,
three four days later, she got me.
the only reason why me and Frankie even got in touch was because they thought Gloom Unit was playing J4, but he really showed me love because he sent my music to people, and I didn't even know that until he randomly messaged me and told me, and like I went and checked YouTube, and like look, I was looking at the views, and I'm like, oh shit, like no way, because I didn't even know anybody had been sending my stuff out until he just randomly messaged me. But like he kind of like he spit like some knowledge to me, and that was one thing that like I fuck with him on, because especially just not even meeting the dude, it was nice of him to like kind of like just show me the ropes, especially with being an artist in the scene. So that's one thing I like really appreciate him for, is just like just keeping it real with me on all that shit. So that's one of the reasons why I really just like want to just work with Frankie, and like especially even trying to bring him or any artist that he fucks with like down here, as long as we can like make it work basically.
Right. And I'm gonna say if Frankie brings you out this way, I'll definitely be hitting that shit up regardless of where it's at. And
Oh
if
yeah, oh yeah.
it, if for some reason that doesn't work out, like I can help book you. I got my guy. Like we're working some shit. My boy Larry Coleman lives right up the street. He does all the Vegas bookings, as like not all of them. Clearly, Frankie does some of them, but he does a lot of them. Now he just brought KMK out here. He brought Mayday out here. So
Oh shit.
like definitely, you know, we'll stay in contact on that level. But when you got the invite for Juggalo Ohio, um, man, how did that feel? Especially knowing that the fans, like Ouija gave the fans the option to vote who they wanted, which was hella fresh, and your name got thrown in the mix.
Well, with that, juggle like that's all I've been doing, is especially like just outside of like playing local shows, is just trying to get on like just trying to get myself on Juggalo events, because again, like I love being in the scene, and just all the love that's within the scene. But like it I was just getting off work, and I found out that it got announced. So I ended up talking to Mankini, and I was like, yo, like how the fuck do I play Juggle Ohio? So then he was like, well, you need to get in touch with so and so. So I did, and he was like, I'll put your contact down. So that was that, and I was just like, all right, that's cool. Just I'll guess I'll just hear from you whenever. And then the video got dropped that Ouija was like, I'm gonna let the fans decide. So I was sitting at a red light, and it was like, damn, nobody's gonna vote for me, because like being in Memphis, like you had to be going to J4 to even like really cast a vote. So I couldn't like make a post and like, oh hey, y'all vote for me, vote for me, vote for me. So I was just sitting there, I was like, damn, like nobody's gonna fucking vote for me for that shit. So I just took it as a loss, and I was like, well, fuck it, I'll try again next year. and the lineup dropped, and I was like, all right, well, that's cool. Like, I'll still try again next year. And then Dynamic hit me up via email and was like, hey, if you're still interested in playing, like, you can play. And when I got that email, I was like, oh shit, like, oh damn, I can actually play this shit, and just fucking floored, honestly. Because especially like hearing about like the previous years and stuff like that, I didn't even know the shit existed. And even them being like, yo, like, you can get on if you want to get on. I was like, all right, well, at least y'all fucked with me enough to still reach out and be like, hey, if you want to get on, then come on, dude. Because I don't know who all like submitted music or anything, or like their process of picking people or anything like that. But to still, like, for me, like, just kind of just taking it on the chin and like, I'll just try again. Like, it is what it is. To being my sound being noticed enough, they're like, we should bring him out. Like, that meant a lot, just because it let me know that I still need to work hard, but the work that I'm doing is being noticed at the same time. So it, like, even in comparison, like with playing the gathering and playing this one, are both they both let me know that, like, you, you don't really have to like give up or like be down on yourself, because if you still take a chance on yourself at the end of the day, somebody will notice. And like both of these events kind of just let me know that. It was just like, you're doing your thing, so keep fucking doing it. Like, the worst that any like promoter or booking agent or venue can say is no. So it's like, just
Right.
regardless of how many views or streams or how many posts people like or anything like that, just keep fucking dropping shit, because it'll reach the right person eventually.
Right. So going back to the gathering, um, man, what was some of the craziest shit you saw?
Man, I didn't I didn't really see too much crazy shit. I was I spent more time just camp, like chilling at camp. Like,
Okay.
chilled at yeah, I literally just chilled at camp like almost all day. And like, even most of the side events, it was just too fucking hot for me. Especially like just being from Memphis, I fucking hate the summertime. And that was my first time in Ohio. And like, literally all I did was just chill with my homies at camp up until like main stage. And all we did at main stage was just sit there and watch. The only the only crazy thing I saw was some dude's asshole, but that was about it.
The
You know,
craziest
like,
thing you saw was someone's asshole.
yeah, like yeah, it wasn't last year's gathering. Honestly, wasn't that crazy. Don't
Like
like the
I know
it
my
was like
boy.
the do what?
Oh no, continue. Go for it.
It was like the last day. Everybody was like cleaning up and shit. And I guess some dude, he was like stealing from somebody's camp, so they jumped his ass at like 6 in the morning. Like, I was
Yeah, that
literally
shit don't
just
fly.
yeah, I was on my way to the shower, and like, as soon as I was walking back, I like just hear all this screaming. Everyone's still damn near asleep, and I just see like five. It was like five people. There was like probably like three dudes and two girls. They were just beating this dude the fuck up at like 6 in the morning. And I was like, oh, all right. But like, well, now that I think about it, the craziest thing that did happen, they were saying like somebody was going around with a water gun, like, that was laced with fentanyl, but that turned out to like not be true.
I heard about that shit.
Yeah,
I heard about that shit.
apparently it just ended up not being true. But other than that, I didn't really see too much crazy shit. Other than one wild thing was whenever Shaggy and Violent J, they were doing the notes at Iconic Stage. It was just seeing like a fermented squid being fucking thrown around that had just been sitting in the sun for like the entire time we were there.
How was your set like at the gathering?
So I went thinking that like everyone kind of just be in the same spot at one time because I played the iconic stage during the day, and I went on like right after the Fago throwing contest. It was dope, but at the same time, it being hot as shit, I was mostly just focused on like just like controlling my breathing and like not burning the fuck up. But there was a decent ass crowd, but mind you, it being during the day, like it's nothing but foot traffic, and like
Right.
you have all the side events going on too that people want to check out, and all this stuff is only going on at specific times. And then even having like the detonation stage going on and just all the side tents, like all I caught like a bunch of foot traffic, especially like even all the people that were like camping off to the side, everyone was just like literally just sitting over there. And then just staring ahead, there was a bunch more people camped out. And then I had a decent crowd at the stage, but it was cool just to see everyone kind of just sitting around watching. As but it being my first festival, I had no idea what I was like really getting myself into because I didn't know that all of these other events would go on. I'm used to playing shows where like everyone's just in one specific area and then you have like a 5 minute window till the next artist goes on. So everyone kind of just stays put as opposed
Right.
to it being that big of an event where I'm just like, well, it's a really decent crowd, but I guess my brain was just like, oh shit, everyone's gonna be here like right now. That was not the case.
Right. I mean, especially getting a daytime slot too whenever it's hot as shit. Like I could see how that might affect some people from wanting to go out.
Oh yeah, especially over at the iconic stage. The day I played on a Friday, but I shit you not, dude. It was hot as fuck. Because I had a interview with Ben Stockwell and Mankini like right after that. It was like, dude, let me go change clothes like right now because like I was like I could wring my shirt out. It was just that soaked in sweat.
Ooh, that fucking sucks. I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about though. I went to the gathering. It was 2009, the 10th annual. That was my one gathering, and man, that shit was hot. That shit was hot, and it was Cave in a Rock. We had a huge fuck that hill.
Ooh, I heard all about Cave in the Rock.
Yeah, man. And whenever I went, it was at I would say it was peak craziness because it was the 10th annual, so people were turned. Um, that was also whenever ICP they passed out those samplers for Bang Pow Boom. So everybody's like excited about getting a new card. I mean, the Juggalo scene was just really thriving at that time, and I literally like the night before decided we were going because at the time I was living in Indiana, but we were getting ready to move back to the West Coast, and I was like, man, you know what? I don't know if we're gonna have another chance to like
Yeah.
do it like this and like save all that money. So like I told my grandma like, hey, if like I come up with the money, would you be willing to drive us? And she's like, oh yeah, sure. So I pawned a bunch of like random shit that I had. Like I had like a Sega CD that I sold, and like just I was like, man, fuck it. Just started hawking shit. We got our money together, and like I think it was like probably like 8, 9 o'clock. I told my grandma like, hey, we got the money. Like we want to go. And a couple hours later, she started driving us, and she dropped us off at the border of Indiana and Ohio at like I shit you not midnight in the middle of a cornfield. She dropped
Oh
us
shit.
off in the middle of fucking nowhere. She's like, "Hey, this is as far as I'm gonna be able to take you." She was gonna be babysitting my kid, and she
Jesus
wanted to get
Christ.
back. And she's like, "You guys can figure it out from here." I said, "Fuck it," and we had like a big Hatchet Man like flag thing, and we're just walking in the middle of like fucking cornfields, like nothing, just corn and road. And eventually, someone like flipped a bitch on us and came and swooped us up. It ended up being Rude Boy.
Oh shit,
Like
that's cool.
Yeah, man. He had Big Tony. Big Tony was driving. He was in the passenger seat, and me, my girl, and our homie all fit in the back with Rudy's little brother, or his son, Lil Rudy.
Yeah,
And man, crazy experience, but sometimes she's got to take that leap of faith, and like I wanted to go, took that leap of faith, and what ended up happening? The Carnival provided, fucking Rude Boy picked us up. We made it, we had a good time, but man, I ain't been able to make it out since.
man. Like that's why last year's was like pretty important to me because it was just like I just like kept telling myself I was like, dude, I really want to experience this like all over again because it was just such a cool experience. Just especially like whenever main stage happened, and it was it was just like pure. It was I wouldn't say pure chaos. It was fun to see everybody having a fucking blast. Just like people
Right.
having like fucking like 20-foot tall flags, just like waving them, and especially like Fago Armageddon. That was super cool to see. And then like the funniest part was Ill Bill playing and fucking like of course they were just throwing shit at stage just because they fucked with it. And he like stopped and was like, I know y'all do that, but don't do that when I play. And as soon as he said that, I was like, oh fuck. And next thing you know, you just see nothing but like fucking bottles flying through the sky. And the last moment was you just see a Fago red pop like fly through the air and land at his feet. And he just dropped the mic and walked off stage. And then that's when everyone else just started like booing him and just like throwing shit at the stage. And I was like, damn, I don't think you should have fucking said that.
That's the test. That's the ultimate test. Some people pass, some people don't. Shout out to my boy Waka Flocka, because I
Dude,
know
he fucking killed it. I
I
can
know he
honestly
did.
say, outside of ICP, he had hands down the best performance of the entire event. Like
Yeah,
his set was so fucking tight, and like even him just like getting off stage and getting like right into the crowd. No other artist did that throughout the entire
yeah.
event, and like
It,
like seeing that was just insanely fucking cool.
he camped the whole gathering. Like he came before his, you know what I mean, his day, and he stayed the whole time. Like I think that's
That's
hella
the
fresh. Like my boy Shade, like he was telling me, like, yeah, Waka was kicking it at our camp like half the gathering. Like we painted him up and shit. And I'm like,
damn.
hell
That's
yeah,
fucking
man.
cool.
Yeah, because I know a few years back, whenever they first invited Waka, people were throwing shit, and he embraced it. Unlike people that like get all salty, like the people weren't fucking with Waka. They were throwing
Yeah,
shit at him with actual like boo, fuck this guy mentality. But he said, man, fuck that. Like someone threw a fucking, I think someone threw like a hot dog or something up there, and he like picked it up, took a bite out of it,
that's
and
sick.
then he like got down on the barricade and started rocking with everyone. Everybody's like, oh shit, like this guy knows how to throw down, and it's been all love ever since. Like I fucked with Waka before that, but man, like
Yeah, it's cool that he's been. I think he said he's been down for like 10 years.
mhm.
So it was definitely cool just for him, just like really just being amongst like everybody. I mean, at the end of the day, like that's literally what it's all about. Because like even last year, like Shaggy was just like at random camps, like cooking hot dogs and shit.
Right.
So it was just like there's no reason to hide from everybody, especially like if they're there to see you.
Yeah. But something I found interesting is, recently we had Method Method Man talking about his situation with the gathering.
Oh yeah, I ended up seeing a clip of that where he got hit with that fucking beer can.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so we had that stuff going around, like, right? Methods talking about that shit. And at the same time that interview like came out, Waka's dropping a video with him repping a fucking ringmaster jersey.
Yep.
The exact same
I
time.
I ended up seeing I saw a clip of that video because like I think the day that it dropped, like people just started sharing that shit all around, but it was like only the community would even know what the fuck he's rocking, which is
Right.
super cool to me because like I guess to anybody else it was like, oh man, he's just wearing some like crazy designer shirt. It was like, no, he's really one of them people.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. He really is holding it down for us. And all love and respect out to Waka Flocka, man. That Waka Flocka, what was it? Flocka, his new one. Fuck. Waka James, like fucking King James Flocka, whatever the fuck it is.
I
That shit
think,
go
yeah, I
hard.
think so. Oh yeah.
Whatever the fuck it's called. Like the man, it's a Trapaholics tape. It goes hard. That's all. I can't remember what the fuck it is. LeBron Flocka James. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Man, man.
Back when mixtape
All
covers
love.
meant the most.
But all right. So coming back to you though, Down South Menace out right now. What's next?
I haven't named the album yet, but I'm 4 songs in already. I have one already recorded called Body Bag. I just have to record these other 2 and finish lyrics for this 4th one. But I've just seeing how well Down South Menace has been doing, I kind of can't take a break because I literally have to put something else out because I'm pretty sure even after J4, I'm more than likely gonna drop a single because like I have to keep the traction. I can't really just like not drop shit for the rest of the year and then like, oh yeah, here you go. Like in the process, I'm gonna be dropping like videos, like music videos to songs off Down South Menace. That way I can still keep the traction because one thing as an artist that I've noticed is, yeah, you can put out audio, but people don't pay attention as much as they used to. They'd rather watch something. So, like, I need to at least have videos that way I can drop reels and like bring in new ears. So, I'm in the process of like getting all of that shit started, just so I can like. Unfortunately, I have to have content that I can drop so I can still be relevant. So I have to do all that as well as work on an album and still like just keep pushing. But at the moment, I do have another album like in the works already. I haven't decided what to call it or anything, but it's going to be a 10-song album. Uh, Again, I think with this one, I'm gonna still have my homie Demon Lord Vio on it. Probably work with Tony Bone. I want to try to at least incorporate like artists in the scene to get in on it. Especially like even after this one, I already have to like get started on something for next year as well. So
Right.
like I have to again, I have to network with like a bunch of people. That's why J4 is going to be important because there's going to be plenty of people there that I more than likely need to network with, especially if I want to get my name to continue like spreading around. Because even playing this one, damn near nobody's going to know what the fuck my music sounds like, and that's going to be fucking fun because they'll really get a glimpse of how dark the Memphis sound is at the moment, like just through me. So it's like a whole new experience. So that way, whoever hears my set, they can go and like listen to my music and just get used to that. And then now they'll be stoked enough. So when I do drop this next album, they're like, oh shit, like now I got something new to listen to. So it's really all about timing for me at the moment. It's like I want to drop a single off this album already, but I just dropped Down South Menace, so I fucking can't. So it's like
Right.
All right, well, get a music video going. So now that's my next step on top of just working on this album. Because again, I really want to drop something already, but I just dropped this tape and it's not the timing's not right at the moment. Even though I can drop it whenever the fuck I want.
Right. It's about building that snowball because that you got to keep the momentum going, and if you just throw everything out right now, well, then you're going to be chilling for a few months with nothing to drop.
Yeah, that's one thing that I have to keep in mind is just like I there's no point in sitting stagnant because if you do, then again, just like you said, like if I drop a bunch of stuff like just within a few months, I'm gonna be burnt out by the end of the year or early next year. So now I have a whole I have all next year to just not drop anything. And to me that would it would bore me and I don't want to be bored with this shit. Like
Right.
like just like you said, this like just snowballing. Like I've already I've de- I've already been cooking with the recipes, so it's just like I gotta like make that pot get bigger because like now
Exactly.
people yeah, it's like now people are like kind of starting to pay attention, and that it really kind of means a lot to me that people are paying attention because like I've been doing this shit for like a long ass time now, and it's finally started paying off. So I have to keep calm about it all and just keep pushing forward at the same time because I can't just put some bullshit out. Like I could, this album could be done already if I didn't care about the lyrics. And like I really just have to take my time when I write. Like, and that's line by line. If I don't like one word in a line, I can't put that on a microphone. Like somebody else might like it, but if I don't like it, what's the point of fucking recording it? Like I
That's
really I just
that's
gotta
artist
I just
integrity right there.
yeah I gotta be careful really, just careful, fucking careful, methodical, and just have to be smart about it all. Because if I'd rather it's the quality quantity thing. I'd rather put out like just some quality shit because even when I dropped Bone Carver, that's one song. It granted I recorded that I think like 2 or 3 years ago, and that's almost one of my favorite songs to play live. And it's just as soon as it hits, like I always relive that experience to that Kick the Wicked show. It's just like as soon as that hits, I know somebody's gonna bob their head because like what the fuck is this? It's like
Yeah.
you it's like for people that have like never heard me or anything, once like the bass kicks in on that, you're locked in. Like you have nowhere to go past that point. Like
That's
I
literally how it hit me.
yeah, like I have to use that method for every song that I write. It's just like how how do I grab somebody with the very first line? And if I can't grab you with that very first line, then it's not a good song to me. And like even recently, like at first I never even did choruses or hooks or anything. And I just recently started doing that. And somehow I have like been developing like catchy hooks and shit. That way I can like do it live. Cause even now there's been a few shows that I played recently where people were like yelling lyrics back to me, and that's never fucking happened either. So just like how do I keep doing that every single time? Because it always reverts back to like seeing Darby, seeing Ouija, like people yelling the fucking lyrics back. It's like that's what I want to do. Like I want to have like cool ass music that like even while I'm rapping, I can hear and see people like saying that shit back to me and like you dude, you feel that shit in your fucking soul when that shit happens. And that's what makes it like super fun. Like I just want to keep having fun doing this.
Oh yeah, that's definitely important because if you ain't making money and you're not having fun, then what is you doing?
Yeah, like all like every single show that I've played recently, it's all been fun, and like it's always been like, damn, how come I haven't never heard of you? And it's like, I don't fucking know. I'm not hard to find. Because even with the way that my name's spelled, like it was originally Young Gloom. You can search Young Gloom anywhere, and there's gonna be a billion motherfuckers with that name. So that's why I had to like drop the young and add in zeros to my name. Because if you search that, then I pop up. You don't have to go search through a bunch of fucking people. So like
Right.
it's like I have to. That's what's unique about the name. That's what's unique about the sound, because you can like find some Young Gloom anywhere else, and it just sounds like a carbon copy of Suicide Boys or something. So it's just like, how the fuck do I stand out from everybody else? So it's like you've developed your own sound. Now you have a solidified name that nobody else has, but it's so hard for people to find my name because they most people just use zero. They use the letter O, especially if I'm at a show or anything. Like, oh man, I can't find you. And like I literally show them the difference. Like I'm not hard to find. I'm right here.
Yeah.
And
You just gotta know
that
how to
was
look.
another thing. Yeah, like that was another thing that tripped me out about YouTube, because like I went and like checked the comments, and like it was like YouTube recommendations strikes again. And I'm like, bro, what? Like when the fuck did YouTube started uh showing people my music? I just drop shit on my channel just so it's there. Like
Right.
I I don't I don't have anybody that like that promotes it or anything. Once I drop my music the day of, like I don't really go on any like campaigns of just constantly posting it or anything. It's like, man, I worked really hard on this song. If you want to check it out, check it out. If you don't, I don't really give a fuck. It's there if you decide to check it out. But like I do this shit just because like I fucking love it. And if anybody ends up coming across it, like now you can hear what the fuck I've been working so hard doing. And that's always going to be important to me, like with my music. Like I do, it's like I do promote it, but the way the scene is here, like it's kind of pick and choose. Like I did one music video and invited a fuckload of people. Music video dropped, nobody shared it. Like I just shared it, and like I just had to just like only do that. And it was like from that moment on, I was just like, you know what? Like I don't need I don't need that type of support if you're not going to support me when the product's done. So it's like what the fuck do I need a team for if I can just like at least handle it? Like it's hard work, but the payoff is cool whenever I do get on something that's worth showing my talent for. Because like the time I got off stage and I realized that was like, man, that was actually dope. That's when it like comes back to me. It's like that's what you're doing this for. So just keep that fucking energy about it. Like there's no need for me to like go viral or have a fucking like thousands upon thousands of views. Like I don't care about none of that shit. Like for me, it's all about finding new ears. Like if I find new ears to my music, I'm happy. I'm fucking content. Like I don't need all that extra shit.
Hell yeah. Well, I gotta say, now that I'm on your shit, I'm definitely gonna be sharing it. Um, I'll be vlogging over here on Carnival Spirits. I'll be posting it on Fago Lovers. So you got my support when it comes to
I
that
appreciate
shit.
that.
Of course, man. Like,
I didn't even know you found out about me until my homie Demon Lord, he sent me the link to your article on Fago Lovers, and I saw that and I was like, bro, what the fuck? Because I had no idea that like my music reached anybody, nor
yeah,
like I it was just mind blowing because even on top like that happened on top of Spotify, like the all-time streams for Down South Minutes, it goes up on a daily basis. And that's never happened with any release that I've ever put out. Like I check it almost every day and it's always a different number. So whenever he sent me the Fago Lovers article, I went to check Spotify because you can like look at the analytics or whatever, and I clicked on one song and it said, I think it went from like 80 listens to like 246,
Oh shit.
and that was because it was just live on there, and I was just like I looked at it and I kept closing out of it and reopening it because I thought it was a fucking glitch, and like I just kept checking. I was like, dude, there's no fucking way. So like that from that moment forward, I was like, it's like I don't know what's going on, but something like people are on to me, like, and they're on to my sound now. So like I have to deliver past this point. That's why I have to like drop videos and do this and do that. It's like once I realized that, I was like, oh shit, you have to actually fucking work now, and that's like that's cool as fuck to me.
Hell yeah. No, I was listening to like I was listening to Al Capone, the Resurrection, and it recommended Loom. I saw the picture and I was like, okay, like I don't think I've heard this before. It kind of had like a throwback look to it, but at the same time looked new. You know what I mean? So I was
Yeah,
like, what is this? And I clicked on it and I'm like, oh shit, this is like new. And I'm like, hold up, I'm fucking with this. And I'm like, let me find this on Spotify. So, you know, and I went and found it. I'm like, oh shit, like this just fucking dropped. Okay. And fucking banging, man. Like,
yeah.
you know, all
It's the
flowers to
first
you.
it's the first like I guess like sort of full length thing I've dropped because I don't know I guess in the previous years my brain like never really operated like that, like because I guess at the time I would only just write like 4 or 5 songs and just like, all right, let me just put this shit up. That way I can that way I can just like take a break from writing. And I randomly caught a bug, and I had already had yeah, I think I already had like 2 songs out. And that was Necks and Knives with my homie Young J, and I dropped Dark Symphony the day that the Knot dropped because I was headed to the gathering. And after that, like I was just at work and I wrote one song in a day, like start to finish, and it happened the next day, and then it happened the next week, and it happened the next week after that. And I was just like, oh shit, I'm sitting on like 7 unreleased songs right now. And that has never happened before. And like I sent them all off to my homie in Nashville, Robbie, and he sent them all back, and I was like, oh shit, like I have all this shit now. And I was just like, fuck it, drop that shit. And like
Oh yeah.
I'd never dropped that many songs just like at once. And even just like checking my analytics over and over and like, oh shit, you like you gotta capitalize off that. That's why I literally even with this new album, like I have to drop it like this year. So I have to let like the momentum of this die down, then play like some dope ass shows, and then like boom, like we have to go back up.
Right.
So
You got to build a different momentum.
yeah, like there's really like no slowing down like at this point because like I really just want to keep dropping like cool ass songs, but at the same time I want to play like big ass events because again I'm only wanting to do it just so I can have new ears in the process. Because if I play another big ass event, that's a whole new crowd of people. That's a whole new set of new ears, and then they can also go back and find Down South Menace, and maybe I'll have like a couple new singles out. It gives them something to look forward to, and then I shit you not, I almost contemplated on deleting that first EP because in my brain I was like, who the fuck is gonna traverse that far back to even hear that? But everyone does that with any artist. It's like, oh, let me see what you put out like whenever you first drop something. I feel bad if I just like remove that because there's people that still fuck with all that stuff.
Right.
So I can't I can't just like bring myself to delete it even though I want like had wanted to at that time. I it's just like just keep it up there because now they can just hear the growth in the music because it's
Right.
like I don't know if I'll ever like take the time to just like go back and listen to it all. And I think that's just because I already know what all the lyrics are. But it's just certain songs like from way back then to like up until now. You can just like hear how serious it's starting to get, especially with my previous tape, Down South Menace. Like that not that one. Death is a Gift. That's when I really like locked the fuck in, and like everything about that, it's just dark. And then even moving forward to Down South Menace, it's dark, and then the instrumentals that I get, it complements the darkness of the sound. So it's it's like next project we have to get even darker in a sense, but keep it. You still have to be you at the same time. Like I know a lot of people like end up like switching up their sound, and then like their the fan bases they already have, they don't fuck with it, but the new fan base does. Is like I'm trying to keep the fan base that I have now, as well as anybody that comes in that enjoys the music. So it's always trying to keep everything interesting and keeping that shit buck honestly, because like if I don't fuck with the instrumental, there's no point in like having the song because I also have to think about playing the shit live, especially with how dope sound systems are in venues now. Like I just I want my set to thump at all times. There's no room for it to just be dull. Like it's just constant, like just constantly just buck, constantly a vibe. Like I just want people to enjoy the music for the first time, as well as just like, damn, who the fuck does he work with that like even produces that? Because now that gives me room to like, oh, you need to hit this dude up. So now I can put a homie on and like have like send somebody to go work with him, like for mixing, mastering, instrumentals, like whatever. It's like we could just in the scene alone, it's like we can all work together, but it's like I have to have something that can bring people back or want to work with me in that aspect to where I can help out local homies here and like it's like, oh man, like dope ass song, but you should put this dude on it instead. So now I can put a homie onto a cool ass track instead of it being me. Like it's for me it's all about just like trying to help people out, and like also have people just like enjoy what the fuck I got going on.
Hell yeah, man. So I think we're gonna wrap this up. But real quick, I want to give a shout out to the viewers. You gotta say what's up to Bazaar, Ninja with the Pencil, what up? Don Chaos, what's good, homie? Shout out to everybody that's been tuning in. Man, what you got any shout outs?
Man, shout out Dina Moore Vio, K Fix, Tony Bone. Also shout out Darby, Frankie, Ouija, uh, Midnight and Yami, fucking CPR Bruce. Like just there's so many. There's so fucking many. And the cool part is a lot of them are going to be at J4. So I'm stoked to have like a bunch of homies that I already know that are going to be there. So definitely just shout out to the whole community, whole scene. Like fucking love y'all for just supporting my music. Honestly, like that's really all it's about at the end of the day is just supporting one another.
Hell yeah, for real. And shout out to everyone that's gonna be going to J4. If you're going to Juggalo, Ohio, make sure you check out my boy Gloom. Make sure to peep that Down South Menace. Shit is fucking bumping. And yeah, man. I'm Cali Green Too Fresh, aka Seth Moon. Got the homie Gloom.
Yes,
We
sir.
out of here.
The Walking Reaper, come check me out, man. Much love, y'all.
Hell yeah. Whoop whoop. We out.
Whoop whoop.